Hello friends, it's Ruth Ann from Abundant Blooms Flower Farm, and I thought it'd be fun. It's the week of Christmas and I thought maybe it would be fun to do a little winter farm tour. We have some really lovely snow, but it's supposed to sleet later today, and then it's supposed to be like 47 degrees on Saturday. So it's supposed to get crummy, but right now we have nice snow and it's not too terribly cold. So I'm going to show you our farm. Okay, so I've done this before, but I'm gonna start at the road and kind of go around our house to show you our property. So this is our home in the middle. That's our neighbors over there. You can obviously see the hoop house, and then our fields, plots kind of is what we call them. We have all these different sections. They literally go in a perimeter around our home, or I like to say they circumnavigate our house. So the house is in the middle and all of our farm and fields are surrounding that. It kind of starts right here. You can see there's tiny little sticks in the ground. These are all small willows that I just planted, obviously, literally in November, planted them off of, you can see we have a couple of them there. So I took cuttings of them, planted them here. I'm just essentially propagating some. So these are brand new. They won't be ready for a little while, but you know, I'm just getting some more stock. Then we come here to this section here, and this is a woody / perennial area. I haven't trimmed any of this stuff, so you can see like this is all cut. That's because I literally cut and sold every single one of these. I will trim them totally differently, but everything that you see that's cut was stuff that I cut to sell. So I'm not going to go through every plant, but here's this block. Here's where a few of my new woodies went, and you can see the hydrangeas. I think the snowberries still have berries on them a little bit. And then we get into some perennials. This is baptisia, sedum. There's some peonies in here. And these are just other baptisia phlox, and then some new woodies. So this is this block here, like half of this. Those are peonies that are going into their second year. I planted those. Those are the ones I planted when I was on my due date, pregnant with my 5th baby last November 11. This, you can see, this is tarped. I think you can see that. That's tarped. This is going to be a new annual planting area for the spring. So we've never had that. We've never had that. This is going to be a new space, as is this little block. It's kind of hard to tell, but there's a block there that's actually has cover crop on it. So we started the process of preparing it, and then it's cover crop. So it's a little further along than this section. This will be a later planting, later succession. So because I've added all these perennials and woodies, I've kind of run out of space. Let's go in the hoop house. There needs to be a bit of work in here, but very briefly, this is foxglove, planted in a couple different stages, but it's foxglove almost to the end. This is delphinium, which actually has a lot of powdery mildew. I've already treated it several times, but I need to go through again and like cut off all the bad and spray it again. This is snapdragon. So this is just kind of like first year hoop house fail. Like, I won't do this again, but I planted these way too early in the fall. So when you plant outside, or for me in my zone, when I plant outside in the fall, I start in the middle of like the beginning to mid of September when I'm planting hardy annuals outside. So that's what I did here. They got huge. In fact, those down there almost bloomed, the last section. So I'm going to just pinch them back, and they didn't get netted. So I'm going to pinch these back and see what they do. The problem is, I mean, they're pinching themselves back. They're breaking. The problem is they're planted super tight spacing. They're not planted at a spacing for pinching. So I don't know. We'll see what the spring snapdragons bring. But you can see I have campanula here. So half of this bed is campanula. Beyond the snaps, I have low covers in here. So I bring the low covers up and down based on the temperature. This is direct seeded stuff in here. So there's Saponaria, Orlea, and Nigella at the end. So it doesn't look that exciting, but you can see there is definitely, it's been germinated. Under these covers, which I do need to pull back, looks like this. Nothing exciting. This is ranunculus. So this is a bed of ranunculus that's been planted. You can see there's some, it's starting, but yeah, so this was a bed of ranunculus. And then the rest of this is not planted, but it's going to be planted. My husband has off work tomorrow, which is Christmas Eve, and we're going to work in here, hopefully. We got to clean out this debris. All that plant debris needs to get up, and we'll probably till this. And there's going to be 2 more beds here. And then I have ranunculus and anemones sprouting inside, so another row of ranunculus and like half a bed of anemone. And then I'll have a little bit of space left over in the tunnel here, which I will put in spring. I actually haven't decided yet. I might do stock, or I might do snapdragons if I'm not so sure about these. So I was gonna do stock, but anyway, so I'm gonna put the camera down and I'm gonna uncover these hoops, and hopefully I can make it so you can see. Okay, so I have the covers off now. I am pretty excited. I can see growth here. So I've never grown ranunculus before because I've never had a hoop house before. I just got this hoop in August. But I can see that they're emerging here. Some of them were sprouted, but I can see they're coming up. I've been a little, you can see one. I've been a little, yeah, you can see a bunch of them. Unsure, you know, I mean, you're just trying to figure everything out. It's his first year, so you don't want to overwater them or you're going to rot them. But I've been like, boy, they really feel pretty dry, so I'm not sure. But you can see my temperature sensor there. It's 40 degrees on the ground. And then the sides go up automatically, up and down automatically, and the vents open automatically, except that one's broken. But you can see that the vents are open, or they want to be open, but that one's not. So that really helps with the humidity and venting. You want to vent it as much as possible. From what I understand, like I said, I am no hoop expert. This is a brand new hoop house that we got from Nifty Hoops through the NRCS. We got an EQIP grant. It is a 30 by 72 and we got it in August. So it is brand new and super exciting space for us. Okay, I'm back outside of the hoop house. I'm gonna walk to our next planting area. First of all, I just want to say we use basically everything. So you can't see, but underneath the deck and all over there, I have Solomon seal growing. I have very, very little shade here on our farm. And this is one space that has shade. And so that has Solomon seal in there. And we just kind of have tucked things everywhere around the perimeter of our fence here. We have our mature hydrangeas, which we will trim later in the winter. Coming to the back here, we're at the back of the hoop house. There's our chicken coop and our little shed that we made as a propagation house, which didn't really work, but it works now as a little shed. So this was my initial annual area. It's like a lot bigger than the original size, but this was the original area in this location-ish. So, this is just a big plot. So I grow annuals and perennials in here. So there's both. So I'm not gonna go through every plant, obviously. This is just my climbing roses for my own personal pleasure. And it's nice. I wanted to have a bigger space to like get bigger equipment through. So we just made an archway. It's just honestly for fun. I have stuff planted here. I have cold hardy annuals back here. You can't really tell where they are, but I know there's some here, there's some here, there's some here. That's nothing. And then the last bunch of beds is a bunch of peonies, which my kids cut back, which I'm just seeing. Apparently they missed a few plants. So there's peonies, and then here are some more snowberries. So that's that. These are what I call my garden boxes. I use these for personal vegetables, and I really don't grow flowers in them, except these are where my tulips are planted, just because it makes it easier, and I need to add amendments to these beds and build them up. And so all my tulips are planted here. I don't grow tons of them. I think I have like 3,500, so not a ton. This is an area I just call a perennial area. I created it for like a habitat area I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. And I started all from seed, and it's perennial, and I cut a little bit off of it, but it's mostly just for pleasure. And then you can see these stakes in the ground here. And by the way, this is our property line. Like those compost bins, that's our property line. The hayfield is not ours, but you can see these stakes in the ground. Those all represent shrubs and trees. So you can see those as well. Oh, my hands are getting cold. This is just our curly willow that we trimmed, and we'll burn that later. This is a long section. It's undercover. You can see it has cover crop on it. So it's 92, I think, because we have a paper pot transplanter. So this perfectly fits the length of our paper pot transplanter. And we plant our sunflowers here. So this is an only annual area. And then there's a couple areas here. So a couple more blocks, and then we'll be at the end of our tour. So there is about 100 new hydrangeas. So you can see my old ones, and then there's new ones all in there. There's about 100 of them in there. So those are more hydrangeas. This is my shed slash my coolers on the front side of it. It's split in half. And then from here, this starts another block. You can kind of see this one brings you all the way to almost to the road. And this was where I put all those woodies, or not all of them. I got 900 new woodies this season in August of 2024. And I think about 600 of them are here. So the bulk of them went in this new area, which has never been in production ever. So this was new, okay, except for there's 3 curly willows there. That was the only thing, but those are not even in this exact area. So this is all those woodies, and then this brings you, you can see the front, and there we are back, and here's my cooler. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed my little winter farm tour, and we love having snow, so we love it. And it's certainly fun to go in the hoop house though and see a little bit of greenery and be able to work in the soil and plant things. So we'll be planting ranunculus in the beginning of January, our final succession of it. This is our 3rd succession. And yeah, so that's kind of winter on the outside of the farm. I just thought it'd be fun this week to put out a video like this, and I hope you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel. And it's been a really fun journey on YouTube. Thanks for all the encouraging comments. I hope you have a wonderful holiday with your family. Bye.